Hello guys, welcome back to the Crew Wildrun. Driving all cars, part number 13. The Bmw X6 M. It's an SUV coupe or coupe, as they say in the USA. Big brother of the X4, I guess. You can sort of name it that. It's sort of the coupe version of the X5. It comes with a dirt and a performance spec. Only performance spec in the beginning, but few months ago they added a dirt spec for this one as well. Also here, the latest tunnel patch thing completely ruined the daylight interior look, meaning that when it's daylight out there you don't see the dials and the numbers or anything. So hello Ubisoft, another one you have to repatch. The dirt spec, I kept it pretty clean. You can put bull bars on there and stuff like that, but although I'm not sure that they are available for this car, but normally I would make it a bit wheel cases a bit more rubber or something. The performance spec sorta, well, by the looks of it, a bit of a lowered suspension, something like that. Lower chassis. But of course, the downside of this car is the weight, which is probably gonna give an issue in acceleration tests and stuff like that. But I don't know, we'll see. We don't have a rate spec of this thing, although it should. It's more of a modern SUV, so it sort of looks like an off-road, but usually they are used to drive around in town lately, instead of going off-road, but it should be able to do that. Handling is kinda okay for a pretty heavy machine. Yeah, and this is the view itself. Looks like you are pretty close to the road, although you're supposed to be higher than in a normal car. But cockpit view is kinda okay, except for the latest patch ruining the daylight speedometer look. You can't see the numbers, you can't see the dials. Let's take out the performance spec and do some sort of acceleration tests, as I do with all these cars. 1 mile drag on the first checkpoint, which is the quarter mile. I use a full bar of nitro. And most of the cars, the bar has been used for the second checkpoint, which is the half mile. But first, the dirt spec, of course. Well, dirt spec is not gonna be so fast, so I don't know. Have we tested the dirt spec yet? Yeah, only a bike, and that did a time of 26.3 for the 1200 BMW bike. So this is the second dirt spec where we sort of do an acceleration test with. Lower gear acceleration seems to be fine. Nitro, not that strong. Some of the cars are still using nitro on the half mile point, but the bar was empty already. What does it say? 1 mile drag, 27.1. That is no, that's not the slowest. The rate bike was the slowest with 30 seconds, but for the performance ones, dirt specs, this is next to the bike about a second slower. Let's take it out on the dirt. It is a dirt spec after all, so let's have a look. Spinning wheels, second gear, third gear, kind of okay. So spinning wheels in first gear, so you might have a bit of a slow start. saying that thing is spinning wheels, while other cars who don't have that problem. But this one might catch up though. That's a pretty good top speed. It is pretty stable in dirt spec. And the speed is more than okay. For a heavy SUV it handles pretty smoothly. Jumps not a problem. You land on the four wheels, hardly any movement in the car itself. Bam, nope, nothing at all. So handling pretty good on the dirt. Up, smooth landings, perfect landings almost. Let's see how it does in the bit more twisty section. It is pretty heavy, so it takes a while to take the corners, but still. Throw it around, bit of counter steering, yep, also not bad. Doesn't oversteer or understeer extremely, so go. Well, basically hardly any oversteer. Because of the weight it sort of breaks out a bit, but that's normal. Since it's heavy. Throw it in. Nope, nope, nope. Pretty good. No big issues with this car. Pretty strong nitro if you put it like this. Thought it wasn't that strong seeing on the mild drag there, but another jump, bam, perfect landing every time. Suspension is superb. You often see players, if you go to a PvP race, you often see players show up in this thing if a dirt race is selected. And with reason, I should say. The handling is pretty good. The suspension is superb for jumps and stuff. It smoothly goes from one corner to another. Brakes are decent. Yep, what we are looking for here is one of the better dirt specs, and to some even one of the best. It's all a matter of opinion, of course, but for a heavy machine like this, it is pretty good. Easily goes over 300. .503. I think 1200 bike from BMW was like 508, 509, something like that. So it's 6 seconds faster than the bike. Of course, the bike not really being a reference after the latest April patch, but I see why a lot of people are using it in PvP and stuff like that. One of the better dirt specs. Let's take out the performance spec and see what this thing says. Weight can be an advantage in dirt spec, but it usually is a disadvantage in performance spec. Although speed wise seems to be okay. Acceleration not bad. Handling, it's a bit more wobbling than the dirt spec, but still pretty good. If you compare this little switch from one angle to another test with something like the Aston Martin Vanquish, then you saw other things appear. I ended up on the other side of the road, so definitely not the case with this one. .345 just here on a longer straight. Acceleration not bad. The fastest here, the Aston Martin Vanquish with 22.8, but that was all that it had, was acceleration. Handling, it was like a boat. So because of the suspension or the weight issue, I don't know what it was, but that was definitely no good. The slowest we have here is the M4 with 24.4 seconds. So we'll see. .345. Usually it's around 340 when we finish. 23.3. That is pretty fast from the performance specs that I've tested so far. Only the Vanquish being faster. 23.3 is in the region of a Bart 500. Also a heavy car, the Bentley Continental did 23.9 here. So this has a pretty good acceleration considering his weight. Let's see how it handles on a more twisty road and a few jumps and downhill section to see speed-wise. It is night now, so now the dials and numbers kind of work, sorta. 320 immediately. Good brakes, quick responses as well. Oh, that's a weight thing. Made it go so wide because it's heavy. So the weight is a bit of a problem, but considering that weight, it kinda handles okay. Oh, bit of understeer here though. Under braking. Let's see, this is also a tricky braking in corner. Yep. Seems to understeer. Comparison with the other BMWs who kinda oversteer with an extreme the M5. Yep. S combination coming up, see how it takes that one. It's usually a problem with heavy cars. Yo, okay. Okay, the Contra understeer for sure, but there is a big difference between the wasn't really the case with the dirt spec. Oh my god. First jump. Pretty good. Well, the dirt spec had a pretty decent, if not really good, suspension, so... Oh, a bit less with the performance it seems. 360, and that's because of the jump we lose a lot of speed, so speed wise, it has a good acceleration that might make up here and there for the bit of understeer and the heavy handling. The performance spec, good acceleration, other than that kinda average if you compare it to other cars. Best use in dirt spec, where it is one of the better cars around in this game. The performance spec, I don't know, somewhere in the middle I guess. Decent acceleration, but other than that it hasn't really anything going for it. Handling is and the top speed is not that high either, so it all has to come from the acceleration, and with the understeer you lose speed in the corners, so not that good. I would go for the dirt spec if I'm using the X6 for sure. Performance spec, I will just leave it in the garage or hang out with it in free drive or so. Other than that, leave it be. Best way to go, the dirt spec. I will see you guys in the next one, and bye for now.